The engine's still locked up. I think you put it in the wrong hole. This is going to be out there to help anybody because there's really nothing on this Jeep online, really, for how-tos on how to change the rear subframe out. This is a 2010 Jeep Patriot 4-wheel drive. Actually, this thing was pretty easy. First thing you want to do is there's an 18 millimeter bolt and nut here, 18 millimeter nut and bolt here. There is an 18 millimeter bolt here. There is a 18 millimeter nut and bolt here, which bolts right here on the lower control arm. You take those off. You pull the wheel bearing hub tie or trailing arm. Pull the axle out. As you can see, the axle's down there. You can drop the whole subframe with all the control arms and everything bolted. There's 4 18 millimeters holding this to the frame, along with the strut. Same on the other side. Now we have 4 bolts that hold the subframe to the car. But before you do that, you got to take the drive shaft off. There are 4 14 millimeter nuts on this. For the drive shaft, you got to drop the exhaust out. There's 2 14 millimeter bolts that hold the exhaust flange to the exhaust muffler, or the exhaust manifold to the flange, I should say. There's this wire here. You got to take the wire off of all these brackets on the car so it dangles with the differential. There's a plug right there. So, now guys, $500 engine, and look what I find. I think we got a rebuilt motor. Those are brand new pistons. No roller chain, roller cam in it already. $500, got a rebuilt engine. Who would have guessed? Out of a Camaro Z28.
Oh boy. Oh, both sides. Wow. Oh, that ain't right. Oh, that ain't right. Where's the skirt?
In the They Messed Up Your Car files, we have all kinds of fun things happening with this engine replacement. Some welds in the oil pan, just cut the sway bar end link because you can't get the aftermarket axle in and out. But the best part of all is the sealant holding the exhaust gasket on. And of course, it wouldn't be a complete wonderful repair without an unrelated leaking brake line.
Hey guys, customer states I got a weird grinding noise from my brakes. Bro, there's no brake pad. That is caliper bracket on rotor.
Hey Dallin, why are you fixing this when you don't have any wiper blades?
I happen to be sitting here at this red light out of diesel. 0 diesel. No diesel. On the way to the gas station right there to grab me some diesel. And these people think that when they honk at me that it's going to magically fill up my tank full of diesel. But they don't understand, do they?
Alright guys, this story here is of a 90s customer called me and said that he put an Eddie Bauer intake off of an Explorer on his car, and then the car ran and stalled out. He thought it was a starter, replaced the factory starter with a high torque starter, and I show up, okay? And this clean ass Mustang, man, oh, I was so sad when I saw this. So the guy routed the throttle body spacer coolant line to a vacuum hose. He hydrolocked the freaking 302 and bent rod number 4. Look at this. The rod was bent and twisted. It was smacking off the counterweight, and the rod was smacking off the cylinder wall. Piston skirt counterweight. It was, yeah. All right, Larry, I'm making this for you. Wire hanging out, don't worry about it. This blue wire right here, this is for fuel valve. To start this thing yourself, you take this wire, jam it in your hot. You take my orange jumper wire, you touch the hot. All the mechanics' craziest nightmares. Here's a 2017 Versa. Door hinge is rocking. Yep. Here's a Honda Odyssey. Customer brought the car up and said that it just started making noise. Yeah. Okay. Now we have my infamous 10mm socket. We all know what happens to these things. To this day, I can't find it again. Customer called me and said his engine locked up. Come to find out, he put engine oil in the transmission. Definitely put that one in the wrong hole, baby. Yep. Brand new rebuilt trans and engine destroyed. And here's my booty inside of a 1968 C10 pretending to be an LS. You guys have a good one. Like, subscribe. Well, guys, welcome to more of this crazy life I live. Yeah. Well, that's your brakes. For all those naysayers out there saying this ain't a rebuilt motor and hasn't been apart for years, yeah, right. This ain't been apart for years. You're right, it hasn't. It's been sitting in the junkyard since it was rebuilt for like 5. But, yeah, look.
Nothing left on that body, unfortunately.
Okay, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what came out. Yep.
Listen, it's not that old people are bad drivers, or that young people are bad drivers, or that women are bad drivers, or that men are bad drivers. It's that the U.S. has a policy saying, hey, before you're 18, you need weeks worth of driver's ed training and hours worth of practice on the road to be a safe driver, knowing the rules of the road. But once you're 18, fuck all of that. Just go down to the DMV and just say, hey, I need to take a license test, and we'll test you on 10 things. And if you don't screw up those 10 things, you get a license. You get a license for...
This video is for anybody who has decided to do timing chains on their 2.5 liter Nissan engines between 2002 and I believe '08. If you put it back together and you notice you lost oil pressure, it's because you're missing that O-ring. This right here is a hard piece of plastic, okay? And your oil pump on this engine is right here. This is your oil pump, okay? Oil comes here, comes up, pressurizes, come out this hole. This seal needs to be right there. And you have another one too, right here. Remember, you'll lose oil pressure if that's not there, because oil will just spray right into the case, not go anywhere else in the engine. And that's your oil pressure sender unit, aka pressure gauge. So, fun facts. Don't lose this. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. Good old red reliable, broken timing, chain sprocket, and then I find sludge. Fuck. Get these wires out of here so I can at least get that down. But yep, guys, looks like a Chevy 350 with the OG ram horn exhaust. And this thing is all original. Nobody's opened it before. starting to get close, about to take the bolts off, and then it's the alternator bracket, and then off with the heads, and we get to see how bad the valves are. So far, it's only taken me like 30.
I got a fun one for you guys today. We open the airbox, a bunch of these nuts hit the ground, and then I look down here and I see, I'm thinking, how did he get in the hop of the air filter? Now, he chewed through it. That's a busy boy. Why?
This customer brought in his recently purchased semi for a wheel alignment. Here's what the technician found. What do you guys think? Is this safe?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the weirdest thing I've ever. The customer called me, said his engine didn't run. Well, I found out what caused this issue. Somebody replaced the AC compressor over here, and it's not right. It sits too far forward. So what ended up happening was half the serpentine belt got caught behind the crank pulley, and as you can see, the carnage here. So what happened was the serpentine belt cut into the timing cover and then blew the timing belt apart. So, customer states, I had my engine rebuilt, now it's misfiring. I installed my intake myself. Find a vacuum leak. I should have known better than letting him put this on there. But, let me just tell you what he did. Well, I think we found the misfire. Okay, you see everything every day. And as you can tell, I was trying to find a vacuum leak, and the distributor moved, and it backfired through the intake. And, yeah. All because of that crap.
Did you really just come in the bathroom with the whole ass drive shaft? Where did you get that? And why do you have it in the house?
Oh, mais que vois-je? Une plaquette.
Today on Brown's Engines. Engines in the truck. Impossible to do without a backhoe. Backhoe carried the engine here, Terry Bricker did the rest of the work. Finally, the C30 will live again. In all my life being a mechanic, I've done this before. Look at the presentation of these brake pads. Import direct. Looks like we're getting Lamborghini stuff. I feel fancy today. For a freaking Honda. Anybody who owns a late 60s, early 70s 350 or Chevy, or basically any Chevy small block and Fords, you need to watch out for this. It's all original, first person to open this engine up because, look, it's like a James original stamp plastic timing gear. Wiped out the fucking valves. So, there you go. On YouTube, we're officially fixed the frame. There's our new piece. Cross member for tow hooks and strength. It used to be this over here, guys. That's what it used to look like. Where is it? Huh. Interesting. I must have got thrown away. Oh, no, this is what it used to be, guys. It's part of it. The whole other side, it's rotted off.